Hopefully this is recording right. So it is about an hour and a half, I think, before the show here in Gilroy. It's super rare that I ever get to perform in Gilroy, so I'm very, very excited for this. And I just want to say thank you to Joseph because you're the one who set this up, and I hope that everything goes cool, and I hope that everyone gets a different perspective on what hip-hop is, not just what they hear on the radio. So I wanted to just do like a little vlog, I guess, before the show, just because a lot of people have been asking me, you know, how do I prepare before a show? And well, I thought might as well just make a video because everyone keeps asking me. But before I even tell you what I do before, you know, preparing for the show, is everybody is different and everyone has their own different techniques. So this isn't like the correct way to prepare for a show, but this is just how I prepare for a show. So most of the time when I know that I'm gonna have a show and I know like what the details are, I start preparing what songs I want to perform. I try to think about like, you know, what type of show it is. I want to make sure that I am performing appropriate stuff. So if it's a family-friendly event like the one tonight, obviously I'm not going to perform something where I'm cussing all crazy. But if it is like a fun turn-up show, then I bring all my fun songs out and, you know, don't hold back. But I usually try to start a week before the show, prepping what I need and basically prepping my set and thinking about what order I want to perform my songs in. So while I have my my set list ready and whatnot, I literally spend the week practicing. I think practice is like the #1 thing that every artist should do when prepping for a show, just because you want to anticipate if anything, you know, would happen. Like say the DJ messes up your song or something, and no shade, the DJ messes up your song and, you know, maybe the beat stops. Are you gonna stop and be like, oh no, or are you just gonna keep going? Sometimes when if you have your set ready and you're just focused and you just keep going, sometimes that's the best way to just keep pushing through it even when there's like an error. And most of the time people won't know that there's an error in the show, because if you do it correctly, then, you know, it just makes the show so much more funner when it's spontaneous. So that all comes with just practicing. You can never practice enough. Literally, I'll practice to the point where I'm annoyed with my song and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I hate this song. And then when it comes to that point, I'll take a break and you know, I just try to practice throughout the week and just kind of get my songs more locked into my mind. And the second thing that I like to do, especially the day of the show, is I like to try to drink a lot of water, and I try to eat as healthy as I can, just because I don't want to be tired and feel bad during my set. So definitely staying hydrated, keeping your throat hydrated. And just like every other human being in the world, I do deal with a lot of negative thoughts and self-doubt, and the way that I deal with that is sometimes I'll pray, sometimes I will try to take those negative thoughts and create them into a positive thing. And I mean it like, instead of thinking of negative things, try to think and focus on what the outcome that you want will be. Like when I think about a show, I want everyone to feel good, and I want everybody to be able to just vibe and feel something positive. So I try to focus on stuff like that, where, you know, I try not to focus too much on myself and you know, what if they don't like me, blah blah blah. I think it's more important to just get what you need to say out instead of focusing on, you know, what if somebody doesn't bob their head or something. And I think even with that too, if you really think about it, a lot of the people that don't really vibe out all crazy when you're performing, I think they're probably just focusing on the song itself. They're probably just trying to listen to what you're saying. Because I know when I go to shows sometimes and I don't know the artist, that's what I do. I tend to stop and kind of listen in instead of going all crazy like everybody else. So I think stuff like that. Think of other different sides to your negative thought other than, oh, they don't like me or something like that. If you are a artist that is already a little bit more established, definitely having some kind of merch, whether it's a sticker, a business card, a hat, or something. You always want to have some merch with you so that when you do meet people, you can give them something, and it always feels good when you're able to kind of give somebody something of yours that, you know, they can take home and maybe they can look up your music or something. You always want to be able to have something that you can connect to people other than just hoping that they'll remember your name. So when I'm prepping for a show, I try to make sure that I have, you know, some business cards or some fun stickers or something, because I like to give away stuff. So I think keeping that in mind, that would be something I would give advice for.